Well, good morning, everyone. My name is Mighty Stream. I'm going to do your July the 20th just for today in a meditation. How are you feeling this morning? I am excited. I am excited. I don't even know why. It's I'm behind schedule. I have somewhere to be in less than an hour. It's a morning meeting that I love to make at 7 a.m. So I have less than an hour to get there. And yeah, so I'm wondering how the morning is going to go, but I am energetic this morning and I'm so happy to be with you. So happy to be with you. So happy the emails that I'm getting, people telling me their clean dates and stuff like that. And the people that have said invite me. I have a running list of those individuals. Hopefully, I haven't missed anything. Uh, until that date comes, you can continue to put invite me in your replies down below so that I don't remember and I can always double check my list. We're going to have us a meeting. We're going to have us a real live in a meeting together. I think that is what I want to do. And I'm going to have some speakers. And if you are interested in being one of the speakers, I want for you, I realize that some of you will probably be on your way to bed or close to it when we do it. But if you are interested in being one of the speakers, I want you to write invite/speaker down below so I can make sure that we connect. Okay. All right. Let's get into it. Ooh. Oh my goodness. Let me have a sip of coffee. Step one. Okay. They just randomly put step one on July 20th. Okay. Let your girl get a drink of coffee and then we're going to do the just for the day. I promise you. Yeah, that's a bit unfair. Oh, I need to get in the habit of looking at the next day. Like I need to look at July 21st today so that I'm a little bit more ready. Okay, step one. I'm teasing you guys. I like the spontaneity of just looking at the just for the day right before we get started. Or while we're started, I should say. Okay, step one. Such an addict. Man, we admitted that we were powerless over our addiction, that our lives had become unmanageable. Step one. The first step begins with we, and there's a reason for that. There's great strength in making a verbal admission of our powerlessness. And when we go to meetings and make this admission, we gain more than personal strength. We become members, part of a collective we that allows us together to recover from addiction, from our addiction. With membership in NA comes a wealth of experience. Let me repeat that. With membership in NA comes a wealth of experience, the experience of other addicts who have found a way to recover from their disease. No longer must we try to solve the puzzle of our addiction on our own. When we honestly admit our powerlessness over our addiction, we can begin to search for a better way to live. We won't be searching alone. We're in good company. Just for today, I will start the day with an admission of my powerlessness over addiction. I will remind myself that the first step starts with we and know that I never have to be alone with my disease again. What a beautiful meditation. Wow. Didn't expect that one, guys. That was beautiful. Let's take a moment of silence, followed by the we version of the Serenity Prayer. Moment of silence now, please. Thank you. God, grant us the serenity to accept the things that we cannot change, the courage to change the things that we can, and the wisdom to know the difference. That was a beautiful meditation. So, admittedly, I am shocked, not because it was just so beautiful, but suddenly my voice changed and I can't sip it away. I'm not really sure what's going on. It feels like I'm in an air tunnel and my voice is super, 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 super low. Like I went to a base level that I don't even recognize as my own voice. Um, I'm just wondering if it's my hearing, right? For some reason, I feel like my left ear has just gone kaput. But I do have surgery coming up, so you guys can keep that in mind in September. September 20th, I will have a surgery. And you know where I will be September 20th before surgery? Right here with you guys. I'm going to spend that morning with you and do the same thing I've been doing for over a year with you, okay? Let's unpack this. Especially, I want to unpack this for individuals that are struggling with admitting their powerlessness over their addiction. So that's the individual that may be coming and going, right? Relapsing, the individual that is in treatment, or the person that is thinking about some behaviors that they want to engage in that will make them feel worthless, will make them feel, in a negative way about themselves. And they know that, but they're thinking about doing that behavior just one more time, just one more time. Now, let me do that one more time. Let me gamble all my money away one more time, just this one time. The weekend is coming. That person out there that is struggling with the powerlessness over their addiction and admitting that their lives had become unmanageable or is unmanageable. Okay. So here's the thing. Our mother program, AA, that's the mothership, right? It has a very interesting history. If you don't know our history, I want you to get a book called Miracles Happen. You can find it on, hopefully you can find it on in a website. I like to point you there first, but if not, you can get it. You can probably get it for cheap anywhere. You can probably get a used version of it on Amazon or anywhere else for that matter. It's called Miracles Happen. It's the history. I was looking for it so I could just grab it and tell you. But it's the history of Narcotics Anonymous. However, the mothership has a history too, and it's quite interesting. And that's something you can just Google. Okay. I hate to say just Google. It's like, and Google is not a person. You can research it on the internet anywhere. Okay. So I wanted to tell you that many people have thoughts about AA and what it is or what it is not. But let me tell you that first step, let me research it. Unless I'm mistaken, that first step of AA starts the same way as ours does, with the word we. And so whenever I'm in one of their meetings, I have to remember that it is about not being alone. It is we. And that although I'll look at the differences, I need to focus on the similarities. And in order to focus literally, listen to me, please listen. In order to focus literally on the we, I have to look outside of myself. I don't know if you get what I'm putting down, but that is huge. That is a huge nugget. In order to focus on the we, right, you need to look outside of yourself. There's no way you can embrace the we of the fellowship focusing on yourself. So whatever that is driving you into isolation, driving you into alienation, driving you into that, I feel so alone. That is self-centeredness, which is at the core of our disease. Okay, let me repeat it one more time because I will probably forget that I even said it this way. And it's so important because I feel like it's something God has just gave me that's very, very important. It's an important nugget to staying clean. Okay. In order to focus on the we, the first step begins with we, and there's a reason for that. There's great strength in making a verbal admission of our powerlessness in order to focus on the we, right? Individualize that. Say this to yourself. If I want to focus on the we instead of just me, say it. If I want to focus on the we instead of just me, I have to look outside of myself. If I continue to be alone and look to myself for the answer, that is self-centeredness. And self-centeredness is at the core of my disease, a place that I do not want to be. Okay? You got to hold on to that. You got to grasp onto that. Let me take you a little bit further. Look down at your feet. Where you see your feet is where you stand. Now look for some other feet. Go ahead. Look for some other feet. Now, maybe there's no one else around you, and this won't work right now, right? But even in that, that is a message. If the only feet you ever see is your own, yourself is centered right there. That's all that you got to work with, right? If I want to engage someone else, I have to look to someone else. It's impossible to just work this program alone. That's why we say wherever two are, right? Two can make a meeting. It's physical, it's physiological, right? Rather, it's mental, it's spiritual, it's absolute. The we does not come in the self-centeredness. The we comes when it's one or more. Don't make me bring my English. Right? The we comes when there's one or more, plurality, right? Not I, but we. Okay. So I don't want to spend too much time on this, but I do want to say that we don't have to try and solve the puzzle of addiction on our own. That second paragraph. When we honestly admit our powerlessness over addiction, we can begin the search for a better way to live. We won't be searching alone. We're in good company. There's thousands, hundreds of thousands, millions of people that are in the program of recovery. Everything, pretty much everything that you did out there in active addiction, you can do in recovery, clean. But mind you, now the stuff that you thought was so good, the partying, the hanging out, you can do all of that right here. There's a gentleman this Saturday. I have something else to do, but I'm gonna make sure that I join him out in the back 40 somewhere. He said, my wife is going to be out of town, and I just want to invite a few of us to come together and play cards and eat hot dogs. I was like, okay, yeah, I'm coming. I said, can I bring my kids? Yeah, I got a big place, so yeah. I was like, okay. Can I bring my husband? Yup. So I was like, okay, so even if it's only 30 minutes, I don't have any intention of hanging out in the back 40 grilling barbecue over pieces of wood. I'm not going, I just don't have that comfort level. But I will come and I will make an appearance and I will honor his invitation to get together with a group of recovering people. I will honor that. Yes, I will. What's the point? The world is full of people in recovery that are camping, skiing, traveling, partying. Oh, I know a few people in my own city. You say that we're going to have an event. They get their planning committee together, and you would think, oh my goodness, when you get to the dance and the speakers have spoken and the lights start to spin with the music and stuff, and you're like, oh yes, this is the disco. Did I date myself right there? Yeah, I know I did. The point is that everything that you thought you lost from your active using, these are things, if they're healthy, even if they're not. Let me refresh this, right? Because there's people that come into the program and they hold on to all the nasty ickiness that they did out there. They love the fellowship and that behavior. They have not changed a lick. Only thing that has changed for them is they don't get high. So we have those. So if you want to be one of those, you're welcome to it. But if you want to be one of the winners that is actually working the program and bring life to your new life, all of that stuff that you did that you felt was so wonderful, if it really was, it's possible to do in recovery. Like I told everyone, you need to get in where you fit in. So just for today, I will start the day with an admission of my powerlessness over addiction. I will remind myself that the first step starts with we, and know that I never have to be alone with my disease. Again, I will wish that for you. My name is Mighty Stream. I've enjoyed talking to you. Today was a fun morning. Have a beautiful day on purpose.